Hello, my name is Rachel and welcome to Cooped Up Here, episode number 3. This is going to be a sit down and chat, going through some of my finished objects, some of my acquisitions, and just getting cozy and talking about what I've been working on with my knitting. I'm a knitting only podcast. I don't know how to crochet. So that's something on my list, but it boggles my brain. But I'm excited to share with you what I've finished. And then I think you can see her over here. This is my in-laws dog, little Miss Mabel. So you might see her moving around back here during this episode, but welcome, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. Make sure to subscribe. If you're new here, subscribe so you can see more stuff. I've been putting out things and videos about once a week. And I've been really enjoying documenting my journey like this, and I can't wait to share more with you. So like and subscribe if you feel like it. If not, no big deal. This is mostly for me anyways. But okay, I want to show what I've finished. Oh man. Two main things, well, kind of three things. So the first thing I finished was these puppies. Woo! I made these a couple weekends ago, and they're like a crazy basic mitten. So they're made out of Malabrigo Chunky. And they were knit on size 9 DPNs, and I made them in 24 hours. So a couple weeks ago, I got my flu shot, COVID shot, and pneumonia shot all in one day while my husband was away, just so that I could be feeling like crap at home alone. And so on Friday, I just didn't feel good. I did a few things, but I've been wanting mittens. I've been craving mittens. I've been wanting homemade mittens so badly. And I was like, I can start my mittens after I finish some of my projects. So I was like, okay. And then I was just knitting on a hat. And I was so bored with it. I was so bored with the hat. I just wanted to be done. I just wanted to finish. And I wanted my mittens so badly. So I was cuddled at home because I wasn't feeling well. And I just said, screw it. Let me see if I can use my scraps that I have of yarn to make the quick pair of mittens. Because this is scraps, the leftovers from my Manhattan hat and my husband's Manhattan hat. So I found a pattern that was like crazy simple, and I made these in less than 24 hours. So I probably knit on them for like 4 hours one day, 4 hours the next day, maybe 5 hours one day, 4 hours the next day. Something like that. And I made both of these. Ooh la la. You can see that one thumb is different than the other thumb, and that's okay. They're sisters. They're not twins. But I love the colors, and I'm sure I put a picture either in in the beginning, or have a side by side now, or maybe both, of me with my mittens and my matching Manhattan bulky hat. I love them so much. And I'll find the pattern because it was a free pattern. So I'll link it below. Crazy easy, crazy fast. My hands did hurt a little bit afterwards because I knit so much on these, but they're just so cute. I love them so much. And they keep my hands so warm. When we went to the homecoming game, we rode our bike there, and it was too warm to wear them on the way there, but on the way back it was dark and started getting cool out, and I was really happy to have them. So those, I'm like crazy proud of these actually. They're like kind of perfect. I love it so much. They make me really, really happy. So I love these mittens. And then I finished my dad's Bankhead hat. It's super nice. I love this color. I never remember the name of this wool brand. I'll put it below. But it's so nice. I finished this project actually at the homecoming game, which was kind of funny. But I love the top of it. It would be perfect for a pom-pom, which is what I think I'm going to do when I make my Bankhead hat, is I'm going to put a pom-pom right there, because it's like just the perfect hat for a pom-pom. But I don't think my dad would appreciate a pom-pom, sadly. But maybe I'll get the girls' pom-poms. Who knows? I think that this is just such a great hat. It's gonna fit him really well. I already washed and blocked it, and it like fluffed up a bit. I wanna say this wool is next to skin soft. I think it's going to be better as a hat. Although my dad's bald, so it's gonna be next to skin for him. He'll be fine. My dad's a tough man. He can handle a little bit of scratchy wool, but I don't think I would love a sweater made out of this. It's super warm. I would maybe want a cardigan made out of this wool. But I think it would get too itchy if I made a whole sweater out of this. So that's just something to keep in mind. I'll say which wool this is below, but I just wouldn't probably wear this next to my own skin, but it was really nice to knit with. And it's really warm. So I think it would be great for accessories or great for a cardigan. Or a vest. Like, I think a vest made out of this would be really nice. But yeah, so that's my second finished object. And then, da 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 da, without a weaved in because I'm too lazy, a sock, a beautiful sock, a beautiful finished sock with a beautiful finished toe and a beautiful finished heel, and it fits. This is my vanilla sock on Magic Loop by Crazy Sock Lady. Such a great pattern. I love it. It fits so well on my foot, which we'll definitely talk about a bit. I'll have to grab, dang it, I'll have to grab that. Because I have another sock that I'm not sure if I love the fit of. But this, love the fit of. It fits my foot so well. So I finished this last night, finished the toe. It was so great. It was so nice to be done with this. I wanted it off the needle, so I can immediately cast on the next one. We're not playing we're not doing second sock issues here. We're making pairs of socks, not single socks, pairs. So I casted on my second one right away and started the ribbing. So it's great. I love this pattern. I love this yarn, the Felici in Arcade here. I don't think I've actually look at my yarn vomit, but it's great. It's by Knit Picks. I love it. On here has one of my little acquisitions. We'll just kind of free flow this today. I got another, see if you guys can see it, this little, I'll bring it in a little closer. Ooh, pretty. Little row counter from Twice Sheared Sheep. They had like a sale for one of their workers, like favorite things or whatever. And I got this because I wanted another one and it was on sale. So got that. Love Twice Sheared Sheep. Love their accessories, all that kind of stuff. So, but besides my mittens, I'm probably proudest of this sock. Like, I immediately took a picture of my foot in it and put it on my Instagram, which is Rachel A. Coop. If you want to see some of my knitting stuff, I'm mostly posting it to my stories, but I might be posting some stuff to Grid more too. But yeah, so this is my sock stuff, my sock finished. There's a couple of little mistakes in here. So I'll put a little slip stitch right there. So it's not a drop stitch, it's just a slip stitch. So yeah, I just slipped it totally. So it's not dropped, which is good, but I might reinforce it as well, just in case. And then I think that's the main one. I think that's the main thing, is that slip stitch. But actually I didn't, normally you get like, can get kind of bigger holes on the edges of your gusset and stuff. And I think I actually picked up pretty well and did it nice and tight enough that, I mean, that's like a little bit bigger than this side, but not much. I'm not too worried about that, so. Yeah, I'm really proud. I mean, there's a tiny bit of laddering. You can tell that like this was the edge, but I do wonder if when I block it, like, I think that should turn out fine. I think it should be okay. Which, if you all want to comment and tell me whether I actually need to get sock blockers or not. I really don't want to have to spend money on this. I would rather spend money on yarn. But if I need sock blockers, I'll get sock blockers. So that's the finished object of one and work in progress of the other. And also, this is my little yarn bowl. Normally my camera's set up on this, so you never see it, but I got this, my mom got me this off of Etsy when I first started knitting, and I love it. It's so nice and sturdy, and it's beautiful. I love it. Let's see, what else am I working on? Well, I have my hat. Ooh, it's my father-in-law's hat. So after making so many Bankhead hats, I was so sick and tired of making Bankhead hats that I started making a very basic beanie. So it has about 1.5 inches of like twisted rib at the bottom. And then it's technically a broken rib pattern, but it's not like a crazy broken rib. It's not as, like this Bankhead, it's knit 4, purl 1, and then knit a row, then knit 4, purl 1, then knit a row. This is knit 1, purl 1, and then knit a row. So yeah, so it's like it's a less extreme broken rib. But this is knit picks as well. This is, I didn't keep the tag. I'll post it below, but it's knit picks as well. It's a acrylic mix, so I think it can be more machine wash. It's like just gonna be a little bit easier to care for. I love how there's like this light green stripe. I think that's fun. It'll look good on my father-in-law, and that's the main thing. And it's going so fast, which I love so much. Yeah, I started this probably last Saturday, and I think I'm gonna finish it tonight. So I think either tonight or tomorrow. So, and it's not been the only thing I've been working on. So pretty fast. And it fits well. Oh, well, my husband and my father-in-law have the same size head. My husband tried it on last night, fit him well, so should be good to go. Let's see. I'm gonna get up and grab my other sock that I've been working on. I had to move Mabel, so she's up and over here. Oh, you can see her. You can see her. What a cutie. Okay, you can go get comfy again. Do you want to come lay down? Do you want to come lay down? she'll figure herself out. Okay, my other work in progress is dun, da, da, da. Ooh. Okay. My diamond heel sock, it's going to be finished tonight. This first one. But I don't know how I feel about the fit. So, and I don't know if it's a me problem or if it's just the heel doesn't work for me as well as the gusset heel. Just because, so you can kind of see with the shape of this. It's like very wide at where your foot and your ankle and your leg connect. And it kind of like pinches up there, like rolls up a little bit. So I, last night, was even debating ripping this whole thing out and starting over on it for pattern. I'm really glad I didn't, because I think, so when I finished this sock, I realized that I think adding the tension of my foot in it with the toe pressing against it will help this sock fit even better. Like, I think it just needs some of that tension. But if it doesn't, that's fine. I can always, get more of this yarn. I'm pretty sure they still sell it on Knit Picks. This is Knit Picks Hawthorne fingering, which Knit Picks now has a Hawthorne DK. Pretty excited about that. Excited about that idea. I love a DK sock. Love a DK sock. So, because I started knitting a DK sock and then realized it didn't have enough yarn. Which is how I know I love a DK sock, but have not knit one. So yeah, I would say that if you have a thick foot, this is an awesome pattern. Or, well, this is called, like, I don't know if you can see. You can kind of see. Okay, this is called the volume of your foot. So if you have a high volume foot, this sock pattern would be great for you. I just have like a medium volume to low volume foot, and it's just not working as well. But that's okay. Like, these can easily be house socks if I need them to. I will say, I kind of wish these worked better because I love this heel. This diamond heel is amazing. I did not have to pick up any stitches. Like, no stitches at all. Like, I had to do some short rows, but then like you increase up here, then you do some heel shaping with some short rows, and then you do your decreases, and you don't pick up stitches at all. It was so fast. It was so easy. So that was really, really nice. Like, this would definitely be a very good beginner sock pattern. Like, if picking up stitches intimidates you or you don't like it, I would recommend just trying out this heel. Like, I think it's a great heel. And maybe you could find, like, if the normal, like, gusset heel, like, doesn't work for you, I would really recommend trying out this pattern. Because the heel is awesome. It just doesn't fit my foot perfectly snug, which is why I think I do want to make this pattern again and do a 1 for the rib and a 1.5 for this, or use the same needles but go down a size. I think I'm a pretty tight knitter, but it feels like there's just not enough negative ease in this pattern for how tight I want my socks to fit, I guess. So I'm almost done though. So that's also the nice part about, like, when you're working this heel, you really are actually still working the bottom of this foot. And so then all of a sudden, you look and you try it on, you're like, oh, I'm close to do my toe decreases. So I am like maybe a couple rows away from doing my toe decreases. So that's really nice. And how I know that I'm only a couple rows away from doing my toe decreases is I got a sock ruler. I realize now why people get sock rulers. I was like, nah, you don't need a sock ruler. That's stupid. Blah, 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 blah. Until I didn't want to take off my sock every time I wanted to try on my sock to see when I needed to decrease for my toes. So I used the twice shear cheap sock ruler for this sock, and it worked perfectly. Knit up to the size 7, because I'm a size 7, and started doing my decreases once it got to that. Perfect. So if you've never seen one of these, because I didn't fully understand how to use this when I started, when I got it. So you stick it into where your heel is, like where your end of your heel will be. So here, this actually even gives you a better picture of what that diamond heel looks like. So there, you can see it. But the heel fits in right there, and then oh, actually, I might be at my toe already. I think I'm at my toe. I'm at my toe. I'm at my toe. Yay, I'm at my toe. Okay, so that's good to know. I'm at my toe. I might actually be slightly past my toe. No, I'm not slightly past my toe. There we go. Excuse me while I fiddle with this. Okay. No, I think I might still have a couple more rows. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I can just actually try it on. But so you put it up against the heel, and then you try to make sure. Yeah, I think it might just be right at 7. I think I'll start heel toe decreases after this video. And then you measure to that, and then once it reaches that line, you know that it's time to start your toe decreases, or if you're doing toe up, to start doing your heel. Which is awesome. Like, that's so fun. I really love that. Yeah, I think that's super cool. I'm super excited, and it works so well. And then also on this back side, there's like a normal ruler, which is nice because this like rolls up like a slap bracelet. And so if you need like a quick ruler, you can just use that to measure. But I also used it last night to measure the circumference of my husband's foot. And so that's pretty cool, but love that I got this. And then we'll just move into acquisition. The last thing that I got was these knit extension cords. So basically tubing that you can slide your projects on if you need the needles for something else, or if you just want to take it off. I've been wanting some, and it comes in this nice little tin. So easily kept up. But yeah, so that's all my finished projects and works in progress. And then what else? What's been going on in my life? Well, if you didn't watch last week's video, which was kind of a knit with me, which I liked doing that, but I think I like documenting this maybe a little bit more. Oh, something else I forgot to show you. So I watched, oh gosh, what are their names? It's Diane and Katie. It's their names. They're super sweet. It's a mom-daughter duo. And Diane was showing, I'll link their channel below. They're great. They're so sweet. And I love watching their premieres. And I've been able to do that for the past couple times. And it's just nice to chat. And it's a little bit like a live stream, but not really. It's kind of a nice balance. So I love that they do that. But Diane showed off her book that she uses to keep her knitting projects in, and I decided that I really want that too. I use Ravelry a lot. I really do like it. I don't have any issues using it. I know that some people do have accessibility issues with using it. For me, I really love the community features. I'm of a few forums for some podcasts I listen to, and I really do enjoy that. But I'm also a huge stationery nerd. I love fountain pens, I love good paper, and I did want a way to combine those two things, and I do want to use my stationery more. So I got a notebook. This is a hand-painted notebook by Gourlay. It's painted by hand and printed in the USA, from Des Moines, Iowa. So I got this at my local indie home goods store, and it's beautifully hand painted, and like you can feel the texture. Like each one is unique, which I really love, and it's just normal lined. I would have loved if it was dot grid, but yeah, beggars can't be choosers, and I kind of wanted one right away. I just got it in my head yesterday, like, I need a knitting notebook. I need one right now. And so I went to a couple of different local stores, and I found this one and I really like it. So I started a little table of contents, and I documented my first hat. You said what needles and what yarn, put a little piece of the yarn, when I started and finished it, who's it used by, so it's used by my husband and I, what pattern it was, and yeah, so that's what I started. And then I have it started for my vanilla sock, so I need to write down when, which I might as well just do it right now. Finished first sock on, yesterday was the 25th, so on 10/25. So that way it's kind of documented, and then I can hopefully keep like a collection. So I'm slowly but surely adding my old projects into this so that I can have a physical copy, especially like the yarns and everything like that. And I like the idea of adding a piece of the yarn in there so that I can touch it. And I think that will just be really cool. So I'm excited to be starting on this, and it's just beautiful. I can have it sitting out so I can work on it. I'll probably get some washi tapes for it. And yeah, that's it. So let's see. Oh, something I did want to talk about. So since I don't think I've ever mentioned, I'm a registered dietitian, and AKA that means I love food. So one thing I wanted to talk about are things that I'm like eating / making. So one of the things I made this week is I made a baked oatmeal, a pumpkin baked oatmeal. I use a modified recipe from the Real Food Dietitians, which I'll link below as well. It's so good. It's so hearty. I add some turmeric in there to add a little bit of extra spiciness, along with some cardamom. Just really adding in those warming spices. Pumpkin, great source of fiber. And it's just so filling, and I can have it as an easy breakfast during the week. And my husband loves it. He loves baked goods, so he eats it a lot. So I make a double portion. And so that's one of the things I made this week. I don't think I made a ton of homemade dinners this week. Today was my infusion day. I have Crohn's disease, and so every 8 weeks I have to get infusions. And I was able to knit on this sock actually during my infusion, which was awesome. I get it in my hand because my arm veins don't like being poked anymore. So my hands are a lot easier for the nurse to get. So I had my infusion this morning, took a nap. But the week of my infusion, I always feel pretty crappy. So we did like takeout sushi one night, and like chicken nuggets a lot this week. I think we did a lot of chicken nuggets this week. So yeah, so I have a little bit more energy now that my infusion's flowing through my veins, but it's still, I'm still a little sleepy, so I think I'm going to do some homemade tomato soup tonight. And an easy kind of hack for doing this, I learned this from Lily Nichols, who's another dietitian. She does like a lot of prenatal and breastfeeding nutrition, which is really cool and interesting to learn about. I work with old men, so I utilize none of it for them, but it is really interesting information as a female to like learn about. But she does just like a jar of pasta sauce, add bone broth, add milk, and then like it's just a really fast, quick way of having more nourishing tomato soup. So I think I'm going to do that for dinner. It's rainy outside and gross and chilly, and I think I just want soup, which I had soup for lunch today too. I had frozen French onion soup. So this will be a little bit of a step up. But yeah, so that's what I've been making and what we've been watching. I'm only watching one TV show right now. I'm watching Wheel of Time on Amazon Prime. I never read the book series, but I've been enjoying the TV show. But my husband and I also just watch YouTubers a lot. We watch like gaming YouTubers because we have a Switch, but that's like it. But we both just like watching people play games. So there's been a lot of scary games coming out. So we've been watching people play those. So that's what we've been watching. And also, Try Guys, Keith eats everything at the Cheesecake Factory. We've also been watching that, so that's been fun. And then I've been watching all the Rhinebeck content and all the Woolens content. Oh boy, that whole situation, a hot mess. And I think I'm going to probably end up purchasing some yarn. I've been tempted by a couple of things. Been very tempted. I think I might end up buying a fingering from one of the vendors that was impacted. I keep on looking at it, and if I keep on looking at it, I should just buy it and figure out what to make with it. But it's $30. But it's so pretty. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. So anyways, well, I guess you'll see in the next video if I ended up buying it. I probably will. Oh, well, I don't know. I'm probably gonna buy a hank of yarn from one of those vendors. Like, there's some beautiful stuff out there. But yeah, so, well, thanks for joining me. Ended up being a little chatty at the end, but really happy to have you here. And like I said at the beginning, subscribe, leave a like, comment below. I always want to know what you guys are working on, and or if you have any ideas or suggestions, and I'll see you next time. Bye.